up, guys? It's Scott with Neverhead, back for another Metamaterials update, and today is shaping up to be not so great. Look at this freaking volume here, 3.16 million. It could be worse, I suppose. Only down about 2.5%, down 13 cents. Hate to say it, but right now the $6 calls are not looking so hot for tomorrow. We need something pretty spectacular to happen to get us up over 80 cents by the end of Friday. We would need like another 100 million share day in trading volume, but we certainly started out the day pretty hot, getting up to a high of the day of 540. That was certainly getting us a lot closer to those $6 calls, and then the volume really dried up, and we are just getting pounded back down towards the $5 mark there. Now RSI is looking better than I would have thought, 45.29 right now, and MACDs are not looking so hot. At this rate, it's looking like 5 million in trading volume is not going to happen, which is pretty pathetic. And we have an hour and a half left in the trading day at the time of recording. Not looking so good. All right, let's see what we got for Ortex data today. It's about the same as yesterday. There were 88,000 more shares returned than borrowed, and the short interest continues to stay around 22 million, so down. That is cut in half from about a week ago. I found out today that the shorts are able to short the MMTLP preferred shares through the OTC markets. So just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, here we go. So short interest percentage of the free float down almost 23%. Free float on loan up a point there. Shares on loan up a point to 43.59. But if we go to Fintel, we're over 4.19 days to cover, getting closer to that 6 days to cover that would be indicative of a short squeeze possibility. So there is that. Dark pool short volume ratio is still very high at 48.35. And the short interest percentage of the float is about the same as it has been. And the short shares availability is up quite a bit from a couple of days ago. We've been hanging out around 1 million. Now we are currently up to 1.6 and as high as 2.3 yesterday. So they could be closing out some positions here and moving it over to MMTLP. And that borrow fee rate is again about the same as it has been. And we had a couple of institutional buys come through 2 days ago that I'm just seeing right now. Takes a day or so for it to show up here. So 39,000 shares picked up from Tennessee Valley Asset Management Partners, a market value of about 227K. All right, we're checking out the options for this Friday, so for tomorrow, closing tomorrow. And so from yesterday, good God, we still had over 1,000, almost 1,500 more calls come in on that $6 strike price. They are really loading up on this. We can see now we're up to 16,242 $6 calls, and then another 9,100 $7 calls. So if the $6 calls hit, that is going to jack the price up even more. So we got to be watching out for that. Let's see if we got any data on this for today for the dark pool. So currently sitting at 3.4 million shares traded. Of that, 17, almost 1.8 million on the dark pool. And then we can see the short volume for the last couple of days is in the kind of mid 50s yesterday, and then Tuesday was the highest it's been all week at 60.79%. All right, so we're going to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, just posted by Session122. So he's got some very interesting points here. All right, so we have a comparison chart here between GameStop is this yellow squiggly line, MMAT is this candle chart, AMC is this purple squiggly line here, TLRY is the fuchsia squiggly line, and MSOS is the, what would you call that, teal? We'll call it teal, maybe robin's egg blue line right here. All right, so AMC and GME are the two mainly followed meme stocks. I don't know that I would consider MMAT a meme stock, but this is what he's lumping it in with. So we follow the trends of AMC and GME, and we also have TLRY following the meme stock movements. We have a nano company, a video game company, a theater company, and a weed company all moving in the same patterns here. And so the reason that MSOS is in here is to show that TLRY is not following the same trend as other cannabis companies, but to show that all of these heavily shorted quote-unquote meme stocks are following more or less the same trend, although GME is kind of moving slightly higher than the other ones. All right, so here's another look at Metamaterial's chart with some indicators on here, and so if we can see here, we're moving more in steps than we do organically, and we haven't seen this $2.80 price point here since we broke back into the fours. We've barely even seen four since we broke into the fives, so it's not following trend lines, it's moving up in blocks here in channels. And so we have a look here on Market Chameleon of all of the calls that have strikes around the current price of $5.17, $5.18. So right now the $5 calls, we have 10,144. $6 calls, we got 15,000. 445, and then $7 calls we have another 92.91, and then for the $4 calls we only have 47.11 of those. And so right now with the volume on options expiring tomorrow, we have about 181,400 shares deliverable as of right now. So we also have 578,100 if we expire on the $6 strike price, although that is not the most likely scenario, but it is definitely a scenario. And we don't have volume right now on the MMTLP, so we just have the regular shares volume here. And so the main point of this is that in September there were a similar amount of calls, and they tried to take the price under $5, which didn't work, and we have not traded in that channel since then. They are probably going to try it again. They did get it down to into the 490s, I believe, last week. If we get good volume in the rest of the day and in tomorrow, we could see a huge spike up like we got here in September. They're definitely going to try to keep this down again tomorrow. However, if longs and bulls push up past $6 and make that the bigger bulk of volume into deliverable shares, then this may be the last time we trade in this $5 to $6 channel, which would mean that MMAT would permanently be trading in the low 6s to 7s instead of the low 5s to 6. The point of this is this could be the last time to buy at this low price. That this here was a spike up on no news and no PRs, just kind of a random occurrence, and then we kind of consolidated. Jesus. And then we have from iBorrowDesk 130,000 shares of MMTLP being borrowed already. So we show here we have 150,000 available, now down to 20,000 available as of 10 a.m. this morning, with a fee of 38.2%. That is insane. And this is the evidence for the MMTLP shorting that has been going on, which is pretty insane because these are not regular shares. So it doesn't make sense why they would be shorting the preferred shares that are supposed to be used for the dividend, albeit the percentage of or the volume that is shorted is considerably lower than the standard MMAT, but just the fact that it's going on at all is mind-blowing. But anyways, guys, this video is getting kind of long, so that is pretty much going to do it for this one. So as always, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more updates on Metamaterials as well as other stocks and tokens we like. And I thank you guys so much for watching this far, and I'll see you in the next video.